Morning and welcome to the second to last pre-market prep session ever. I'm your host, as always, Adam Holland, stock options expert market strategist, and we are here today on this fine November morning, November 21st, to go over the important news, notes, and analysis that will be key to keeping you profitable in markets this week. We had big news, with Nvidia in their earnings after hours yesterday. We've got a few people that will become the newest, I guess, experiential learners when it comes to IV Crush. That won't be fun, but it is a lesson that's important to learn. One thing that's nice about the market is that you're going to learn one way or the other, right? You're either going to learn through experience and losing money and frustrating feelings and wasting time, or you're going to learn from someone that's more experienced, that has done this before, that has a system, and they save you that money by letting you know preemptively where to allocate risk, what to be involved in, right? And when you should be active, when you shouldn't be active in order to make sure that your money is working hard for you. Um, that's the most important thing, in these markets. So for anybody who's looking to dabble and be invested in markets, the two biggest things are system and mindset, right? You need to have a set of rules that can create replicable results, meaning results that you can replicate over and over again. You don't just want to win once, even if you win for 20K, right? 20K is nothing in the grand scheme of a lifetime, right? It's transient cash. But if you can do 20K every few months for yourself over and over and over again, that is a significant kind of update. That is a significant achievement, and that is something that changes the trajectory of your life, as well as what you pass on in terms of physically, right? What you pass on in terms of physical capital, when it comes to your legacy, but also mental, right? What you pass on mentally, that mindset, that ability to create opportunity and unlock the multiplicative properties of your money, is huge. That's the biggest thing that you can bequeath to anyone. Um, and then the second thing is going to be mindset, right? Because mindset is literally everything. Every single thing is just a byproduct of your mindset. And that's huge when it comes to markets because, again, when you are, active in markets and you are out here trading and investing and doing those things, the toughest thing to overcome is going to be yourself. It's going to be easy to find opportunities for good trades, right? It's going to be easy to kind of predict price targets. You have the right tools. The issue is going to be you. Right? You're going to do the little things that are necessary. Set the alerts, set up the charts, manage them effectively. Take profit when you're supposed to take profit. Or are you just going to hope for a few more bucks? Right? Just hope that instead of 200%, it gets to 250. Right? Instead of taking that 900 bucks profit, are you going to hope that it gets to 1,000? Right? All these different things that make it so tough for us in everyday life become magnified in markets. So system and mindset are the two biggest things. So making sure that you continue to hone those things, find a great system, right? One that's proven, one that works, one that makes people money. And then find the correct mindset, institute habits that allow you to cultivate the correct mindset. And then you'll be successful in markets. But both of those two steps are key. I'm happy that we've been able to hone both of those two things over the course of our tenure here during these pre-market sessions, and I'm glad that we'll continue to do that through the information that is conveyed throughout the Stock Options Made Easy community. And before we get fully rocking and rolling, excuse me, excuse me, all right, girly, we've got a 6 month birthday. Oh, someone was down here chewing up a napkin. Shit, come on, Steve. I'm trying to give you a birthday shout out. She had a nice enrichment little birthday meal this morning. Oh, and you're huge now, and you're huge now. So, Steve's 6 month birthday. So, hello, people. Happy 6 months to me. Just wanted to come and say hi. She's humongous now. So, there's that, probably 50 pounds, but she's all tired and cute now, just being adorable. But just wanted to say happy 6 months from Steva. I'm glad you guys have been here along the way to see her grow and continue to eat fuzz and pull things out of the trash can because that's just been absolutely amazing. Thank you, Alicia. Yep. Yeah. So, anyways, fun little start to the session this morning. And now we get to dive into our top news as she is opening up the curtains and chasing her tail. Yeah. Now I got you all riled up. That's fun. All right, our top news down under. Australia is taking aim. Yeah. Australia is taking aim at the dangers of the social media poses for kids, introducing legislation that would ban children younger than 16 from accessing platforms like TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Yeah. Snapchat, Reddit, and X. The law, which is expected to be passed by the end of the year, will make platforms responsible for not taking reasonable steps in preventing kids from holding social media accounts. Any systematic failures can result in fines up to 50 million Australian dollars, which is around 32.5 million normal dollars, and exemptions would not be granted for pre existing accounts or cases of parental consent. I mean, I'm honestly not against it. Like, I don't think kids should have social media. I think it's super, super harmful. And it is already, it's not, I think it's literally been categorically proven that it is harmful. So it's like they're really, I'm not a parent yet, so I can't speak to it. It's probably really, really tough when kids are just begging to have a TikTok and things like that. But it's just such a destructive force in the minds of young developing kids. Let's see here. In terms of quotes, this bill seeks to set a normative value in society. Australia Communications Minister Michelle Rowland told Parliament, "quote There is wide acknowledgement that something must be done in the immediate term to help prevent young teens and children from being exposed to streams of content unfiltered and infinite." True. Oh, what do you know? Now we got coming from here, coming from there. It's whatever. We got a little bit of light peeking through. Some areas won't fall under the new restrictions, like online gaming platforms and standalone messaging services like WhatsApp and Messenger. While risks exist there too, and users could still be exposed to harmful material, quote, they do not face the same algorithmic curation of content and psychological manipulation to encourage near endless engagement. The ban also excludes YouTube, which is owned by Google, which is widely used in schools and has already rolled out safeguards for children. Yeah, YouTube is pretty good with everything that they have set up with kids. How will it work? The Australian government is uh, trying. Oh, trialing. I don't know. I read that as triangulating. And I was like, that is not a word. The Australian government is trialing an age verification system to determine how best to enforce the social media ban, along with a digital duty of care by providers. Under consideration are biometrics and government identification, as well as other technologies like age inference and estimation. We know some kids will find workarounds, but we're sending a message to social media companies to clean up their act. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese declared, stating that it was a landmark reform. Yeah, I mean, hats off to them. Not a bad move, not a bad move at all. Let's see here what we got going on in terms of markets. What we're looking at. Funny that they didn't give Nvidia its own little blurb. In terms of today's markets, we'll go over that and then we'll go over our rapid fire stock news rundown here to close this out. Today's markets in Asia: Japan down 0.9%, Hong Kong down 0.5, China up 0.1, India down 0.5. The FTSE in London up zero point 0.4, Paris down 0.2, Frankfurt up 0.3, the Dow up 0.1%, S&P flat, Nasdaq down 0.1%, crude oil up 1.7%, gold up 0.9, Bitcoin up 5.1%. Beautiful. It's $97,997, headed to 100K. Today's economic calendar, we got initial jobless claims at 8:30 a.m. Da, da, da. We got a number of Fed members speaking. Goolsby, Schmid, again, none that really move markets, so they're of no consequence to us. Now, with our rapid fire stock news rundown, NVIDIA reports guidance. Wall Street wanted a touch higher. Not sure where they're sitting at here this morning. Let's see. Did they end up move up? They ended up slightly up. Wow, yeah, people are getting crushed. Yeah, so this is exactly what we were talking about, kind of yesterday heading into end of day, is that it started out where there was a lot of, bullish activity in volume on Nvidia. There has been a lot of bullish activity on semiconductors over the course of the past week and a half heading into Nvidia's earnings. And NVIDIA has various effects on different tickers. SMCI tends to be a little bit more inversely correlated with. So if NVIDIA goes up, SMCI goes down. Whereas like AVGO and TSM, it has a little bit more positive correlation. So when, NVIDIA goes up, Avgo will typically go up, and same thing with TSM. And we have been seeing, some put selling on TSM, some call buying, same thing on Nvidia. But that translated, yesterday as the day went on into a lot of put buying, right? Heavy put buying on Nvidia. So we went into the event with a big jumbled up mix and mess of kind of volume. And at the end of the day, it's so important to remember no one is holding a gun to your head saying, hey, you have to place a trade right now. No one is, no one ever will, right? But sometimes it feels like that. Sometimes it feels like because there's something going on, we have to be doing something. Wow, that light is so bright and glaring. Steve, you just need to let some light in today. Too dark for you this morning. But some people were like, "Oh, there's this big event going on. I got to be involved." You really don't. You really, really, really don't. And I feel like that's half of what having a mentor in this space is them saying, "Hey, this is the time to not do anything." And that's exactly what yesterday was because it turned out to be an absolute IV crush mess. It doesn't matter if you had calls, doesn't matter if you had puts, both of them are going to be worthless this morning. Right? Both will be absolutely worthless because of how expensive those contracts were going into the event. Right. So it's amazing to be able to wake up and say, wow, I did not waste money throwing it at earnings. That's a beautiful thing, right? Because now both sides are sitting there twiddling their thumbs like, oh man, this sucks. But what allowed us to prevail there was patience, right? Patience is key. It rules everything. Patience and consistency. If you can master those two skills, those two virtues, I'm telling you, it unlocks a whole new aspect of life. But I wake up this morning grateful for all the lessons that I've learned in that space, trading and losing money and being involved in earnings and, being able to kind of do this analysis. I thank God for it. I wish that, it was something I didn't have to learn by trial and error. It costs thousands, so it's a lot easier to just go ahead and be involved in a community like ours where you can get that information day in and day out, get that knowledge day in and day out, and it's not something you have to learn from experience. You take it for granted until you're out there on your own, and suddenly $10,000 evaporates over the course of a month, 2 months, just because you have no idea the little idiosyncratic details that are involved with market happenings, which are so, so, so key. And you soak them up as time goes on. That's why being here and being in the trading group and all that is so important because the nuggets that you pick up along the way are just worth their weight in gold. So, big win this morning, just avoiding being involved with NVIDIA. We've got a number of crypto related tickers that are pushing with us along with Bitcoin. So we're not losing money on NVIDIA. We're getting paid, being proactively positioned where we're supposed to be. And that's a beautiful feeling. Avoiding the landmines and being there for the gold mines. It's what this community is all about. Boeing, ticker BA, can't afford another mistake. CEO tells employees Comcast to spin off NBC Universal cable TV channels. Holiday blues, retail sector jolted by update from Target. Archegos founder Bill Wong sentenced to 18 years in prison. Google monopoly, DOJ is seeking a spinoff. Biden administration moves to cancel billions in Ukraine debt. Musk's Neuralink cleared for first international brain chip trial. COP29, OPEC Secretary General declares oil a gift of God. American Airlines rolls out software to call out gate lice, and then Bitcoin tops the $97,000 level. A closer look at financial conditions. Yeah, I mean, we already have the blueprint for Bitcoin, which is pretty nice, right? We've already got that blueprint. And we already have our price targets and we already know what's up, which is another beautiful thing. So that'll wrap us up here this fine Friday Eve morning. We've got Q&A tonight. Make sure that you are there investing in yourself. Congratulations on investing in yourself this morning, being here for this pre-market prep session. And I'm excited to continue to do that each and every day, right? Even if not in this form, the group is a wealth of information, direction, and education. And I'm excited to continue beefing that up and, bringing the best opportunities to you day in and day out. If you're not a part of that and you don't know how the heck to navigate markets, email me, adam@adamhalleneducates.com, subject line trade, and let's get after it. Maybe I'll have something fun here for Black Friday week coming up next week. So stay tuned in. Much love, everybody. I'll see you later. Have a great rest of the day. Peace.